Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Manchester and to this quite magnificent Whitworth Hall. We're all gathered here this afternoon to celebrate the achievements of you, our graduates. And today will be a memorable day for you all, and we're really looking forward to sharing this celebration with you. You know, I remember all too well sitting where you are, worried if I could even negotiate the stage without stumbling, and waiting with great anticipation for the ceremony to end so as to be with friends and family and to celebrate in person. So I know that listening to a long speech is the very last thing on your mind. Indeed, speeches such as this are rarely criticised for being too short. It would, however, be remiss not to say just a few words about the University of Manchester, a truly global university that values its European and international students, staff and alumni. Indeed, we have over 160 nationalities on campus at any one time. Now, the degrees that you're going to receive today didn't come easily. Their quality is internationally recognised, and that can only serve you well in the future, particularly with your talents and your new qualifications. You can truly transform people's lives. For our own faculty, there are unique opportunities to transform healthcare here in Manchester with the devolution of the health and social care budget to the city. To make the healthcare system of Manchester meet the needs of our population, we need to provide not only the very best health professionals, such as you, but also we have to deliver innovation and research into care, ensuring that our patients are at the very forefront of new and better treatments. Through that, we can deliver the much-needed impact not only across the NHS, but also across the world, transforming healthcare and patient outcomes. For many of you graduating today, this is not your first degree. And that's a reminder that we live in an era of lifelong learning, arguably most important in the area of clinical sciences. This is to ensure that our patients, be they individuals or populations, always receive the very best care that you can provide. Health professionals no longer practice as individuals carrying all the information needed in their heads. Those days have long gone. Knowledge advances exponentially. We work in teams, accessing, analysing and applying high-quality, complex information to optimise patient care. So continuing to learn throughout our careers is critical. E.M. Forster, the great 20th century writer, wrote in The Observer in 1951 that spoon-feeding in the long run teaches us nothing but the shape of the spoon. We need to give you more than that. So perhaps the greatest thing we've taught you is not facts, but how to learn, what to learn, to think critically, to ask questions, so building on the very foundations of your degree. In the university, we're creating continuing professional development programmes and postgraduate degrees tailored to the needs of healthcare. And so I hope that many of you will take advantage of these and continue your lifelong learning at this great university. The Alumni Association will help you to remain in contact with the university, linking you with a community of more than 350,000 Manchester graduates across the globe. As alumni, you can help future students in very many ways, as ambassadors of the university, in student placements and employment, and directly in your advice towards the development of this university. As you leave today, you will no doubt have many mixed emotions. Excitement, apprehension, regret perhaps, but most of all, you should have pride. Great pride in your achievements and great pride in your university. You deserve your success, and we are immensely proud of you. So we sincerely hope that today will not be your last contact with the university. Please remember that our doors will always be open to you. Thank you.
Sarah Khan is one of the UK's leading Muslim female voices on countering extremism and promoting human rights. She is lead commissioner for the newly created Commission for Countering Extremism, set up in January 2018. Born in Bradford, Sarah graduated from the University of Manchester in 2002 with a degree in pharmacy, the M.Pharm. She moved to London to train as a hospital pharmacist at King's College Hospital, before her passion for human rights took her back into education. Sarah gained an MA in Understanding and Securing Human Rights from the Institute of Commonwealth Studies, University of London, in 2007. Sarah co-founded the women's-led counter-extremism non-governmental organisation Inspire in 2008. Sarah has served on several government task forces and counter-extremism panels, including the Home Office's Tackling Extremism and Radicalisation Working Group, the Department for International Development's External Expert Advisory Group on Girls and Women, and the Department for Education's Due Diligence and Counter-Extremism Expert Reference Group. Her activism has received national and international recognition, and she has been profiled in The Guardian, The Sunday Times, The Independent, Radio 4's Profile, and Vogue magazine. In 2015 and 2016, Debrett's named Sarah as one of Britain's most 500 influential people in the War and Peace category. Sarah is also a published author. In 2016, she co-authored The Battle for British Islam, Reclaiming Muslim Identity from Extremism. Vice President, I present to you for the Award of Outstanding Alumna, Sarah Khan.
Vice President and Dean, ladies and gentlemen, graduands, I am delighted, honoured and humbled to receive this award. I am proud that I spent 4 years here in Manchester studying at such a reputable university and living in such a wonderfully diverse and vibrant city. My time at university was some of the best years of my life. I learnt so much about and from others. I studied about medicines, how they worked, and the vital role of pharmacists. Outside of lectures, I acquired a distinguished understanding of the art of activism and why, during student elections, chalking your name 1,000 times across the pavement outside the student union, telling people that I was the only possible candidate they could vote for, was in fact a rite of passage. However, some of the most important life lessons I learnt, and something I will always be grateful for, was the ability at university to have had my views constantly challenged, to engage in dialogue, to throw myself in debates, to hear other people's views, which equally offended, shocked, and intrigued me, all at the same time. As the Counter-Extremism Commissioner, I see how diverse dialogue, robust debate, and counter-speech are vital in preventing conditions that allow extremism to breed. But I also see, by encouraging robust debate, new boundaries are broken and new heights in human thinking are achieved. As a result of the highly driven culture cultivated here, Manchester University gave me the best gift of all. It helped me discover who I am, what my passions are, and what I, Sarah Khan, stand for as a human being. Sadly for my lecturers, the beginning of the end of my pharmacy career happened around 13 years ago. On the 7th of July 2005, 52 people were killed by 4 young, homegrown suicide bombers. I was shocked, appalled, and worst of all, heartbroken. I believed then, as I do now, that people's journey into extremism and violence can be prevented. And it is that firm belief which makes me get up every morning and do what I do. The London bombings helped me realise my true calling, countering extremism and championing human rights. I finally realised that while I respected the profession, as a pharmacist, I was not fulfilling my potential. I went back to university and gained a master's in human rights. In 2008, I launched Inspire, a counter-extremism and women's rights NGO. No such organisation existed. I was starting from point zero. My co-founder and I had no resources, no funding, no offices, and no staff. But we had an idea, determination, and passion. I guess something money cannot buy. It was a big decision to leave my well-paid and respectable job as a pharmacist with a regular income, to step into a dark tunnel, into the unknown. Some said I was brave, others that I was mad. But I did it, and I never looked back. Running Inspire for 10 years was some of the best years of my life. The achievements we made, the marginalised and voiceless women we helped, the thousands of teachers we delivered training to, the extremists we exposed and challenged, and the campaigns we ran. But the good times also ran alongside some of the most difficult times, the regular abuse, vilification and threats I received as I countered extremists and championed human rights. But had I not been brave in changing my career, in listening to my own heart and following my own dreams, in feeling the fear and doing it anyway, I would not be where I am today and doing the job I do now as the government's first counter-extremism commissioner, a challenging role I enjoy immensely. So my advice to you as graduates, as you step out into the world, is to never stop following your dreams or believing in yourself. Take the world by storm. Leave your mark on the world. Break new barriers. Ignore the naysayers. Be radical in all that you do. It won't be a bed of roses, but that is why, when you do achieve success, it will smell so much sweeter. I know that my time at Manchester University helped set the formative years of my career, so thank you for the brilliant time I had as a student here, for the experience and for the long-lasting memories that I will cherish forever. To be then presented with this award is a truly wonderful honour, and I am deeply touched. Thank you.
Well, that's rather difficult to follow. Thank you, Sarah. So, good afternoon, graduates and guests. I'm Professor Kay Marshall, and I have the privilege of being the head of the School of Health Sciences, in which the Division of Pharmacy sits. And before taking up my current role, I was the head of pharmacy, and hence I am and have been the warm-up for my colleague, Professor Jane Lawrence, the current head who will be addressing you shortly. The School of Health Sciences, in turn, is one of the 3 schools that make up the Faculty of Biology, Medicine and Health. And as my boss, the Dean and Vice President, so frequently tells me, it is, of course, the best school in his faculty. And he can say that with confidence because of the people sitting alongside us on the platform, the staff, but most importantly, the people in front of us, our graduates. But nobody makes the journey on their own. And before going any further, it's right that our students thank the very important group of people who are with us today, without whom their learning journey may not have happened or been so smooth. So if our graduates can just stand up, locate their families, and give them a round of applause, please. So thank you, families, supporters and friends. Your help is appreciated. So the vision of the School of Health Sciences is simple, namely to improve health through our research and teaching, and these two activities should inform each other. For example, the research carried out by our academics pushes forward our knowledge, which in turn feeds into our teaching, to ensure that our graduates are not just fit for today, for employment, but also fit for the future. To help us in our mission to be even better, I'm delighted that the university invested in over £5 million in the school earlier this year to allow us to enhance and build our capacity in teaching and research, in data sciences, public health and clinical healthcare. We're developing educational resources to support the digital transformation of healthcare and the healthcare workforce. Our interdisciplinary hub will be adapting best practice from digital, agile, disruptive digital startups and using it to enhance the education we provide. And of course, pharmacists and pharmaceutical scientists are huge consumers of data. Making a difference is important to us and ours in Manchester. We and our students and graduates strive to make a difference to our communities of practice by supporting the person in front of us, our patients, or groups of patients, by developing new medicines or optimising the use of those we already have, or by influencing government. For example, via the 2 new multi-million policy research units we've just had funded. But we go further. Being made in Manchester also means taking responsibility in a much, much wider sense. Students and staff here go the extra mile. The students who will soon be collecting their well-earned awards have organised and supported so many charity events, including the Wood Street Mission Appeals, the Samaritans, Macmillan Coffee Mornings, many of us eat cake for the cause, Christie's Friends, Dementia Friends, Nightline, to name but a few, and they, with some members of staff, even managed to run marathons for their cause. They reach out to primary and secondary schools and spread healthcare messages at community festivals and the British Science Week. Momona Shahid went to Westminster in May, and she was shortlisted for a National Educational Outreach Network Award, a NEON Award, in the Student of the Year category for her work in the Light Study Support Project. We're also really passionate about antimicrobial stewardship, and over 1,000 of us are antibiotic guardians. Several colleagues are also engaged in research to keep us safe from infection. For example, over 5,000 major limb amputations take place each year in England, costing around £25,000 per operation. Many of these cases are due to chronically infected wounds, such as diabetic ulcers, becoming resistant to traditional antibiotics. So Professor Andrew McBain and his multidisciplinary team began a new project with an industrial partner, and they now have a silver-based dressing that works after antimicrobials have failed. And this new dressing has already shown remarkable potential to prevent such amputations. So, like our distinguished alumna, Sarah, I hope you keep on making a difference in whichever pharmacy and pharmaceutical area in which you work and play. Use the investment you have made in yourself and apply your learning. Keep pushing the pharmaceutical disciplines forward. That is the Manchester way. After all, we all need and want the NHS for at least a further 70 years. And we all have a professional and social responsibility to keep on changing the world. Good luck and thank you.
Good afternoon, graduates, guests and colleagues. I am Professor Jane Lawrence, and I have the honour today of being the nearly new Head of Division of Pharmacy and Optometry in which the Manchester Pharmacy School sits. This is my first full graduation ceremony here at the University of Manchester, and I'm absolutely delighted to share this special day with you. In my newish role as Head of Division, I've experienced a lot of change over the past year, so I appreciate a little of how those of you graduating today are feeling as you prepare for the next stage in your journey. So we have one thing in common, a really memorable year. Indeed, I hoped you enjoyed the final years of your studies as much as I enjoyed the first year here as Head of Pharmacy. I've had particular pleasure in getting to know some of you quite well, but even if my encounters have only been brief, I have been left with an excellent impression of my first year of graduates from Manchester. During this year, I've had students not only talking about public health, but also starting to make every contact count and going out and spreading the word about the importance of staying healthy. I have seen students actively engaging with school children, encouraging them to come to university. I've heard students presenting their research, findings that will lead to improvements in the pharmaceutical care of tomorrow. From what I have seen, I am in absolutely no doubt the future of pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences is safe, in very safe hands. This is a really exciting time as you begin a new phase of your career. And at moments like this, it's worth standing back and looking at the big picture. Those of you who are graduating today are entering the pharmaceutical world at a time of very great change. Always remember that change brings opportunities for those who can rise to the challenge, and you should be confident that the education you've received at Manchester has equipped you to meet those challenges as you take the next steps in your career and continue your lifelong learning journey. The patient and patient-centred care is at the core of the change that is driving our regulators and innovators. This focus will change all aspects of pharmacy and pharmaceutical care. We now work in an era where we will be measured against outcomes, and to succeed we have to be adaptive and agile. In challenging times, it's important for all of us not to be limited by the present, and one thing you can be sure of is the environment you live and work in will change significantly over your career, as indeed it's changed over mine. So it's important to keep your mind and your options open. You will have career prospects and experiences that haven't even been thought of at present. As the pharmaceutical leaders, and remember, you will be the pharmaceutical leaders of tomorrow, you can be instrumental in shaping the changes that are to come. So, as you start your new phase of your life, my advice can be summed up to you in the following. It's important to have goals and plans, but it is also important not to rigidly stick to them, but to stay flexible and open to new ideas and opportunities and those challenges I mentioned before. Don't spend too long waiting for the right time to come, because it never does come. Trust your own judgment and keep learning and helping others to learn. But on top of this, I urge you all to keep your eyes and ears open. Remember to stop, look, and listen. Make sure you notice things that aren't right and be courageous to tackle them. As you know, in recent years, we've gone from shipment to mid-staffs. The most recent scandal hit the headlines in Gosport. We need to be on our guard. Willful blindness, being too busy to notice, can have lethal consequences. Remember, we are healthcare professionals. Returning here to pharmacy at Manchester, I could talk about our teaching, our research in national and international league tables, which, by the way, is excellent, and how excellent our work placements are. But the thing that has impressed me most in the last year, about the pharmacy school in the last year, is the involvement of you in the wider community. Whether that's the involvement of communicating science to the general public and to school children, or by doing charitable work, running marathons, I know, as for the Samaritans, as I know some of you have done. Some of these activities were acknowledged back in April at the Pledge Award ceremony. This ceremony acknowledges the achievements of students in 3 areas, namely work experience, being involved in internal, external activities, and being involved with the pharmacy division. When these awards were set up, it was envisaged that the Gold Award would be the highest that anybody could achieve. However, some students this year exceeded that and were actually awarded a Platinum Award, which is something they should be exceptionally proud of, and I know we are in division. Finally, I know I made some of my most meaningful friendships in my life with people I met at the university, and I hope that you have been able to do the same. You will meet your friends again, and while trends come and go, the bonds that you have forged here will remain. But we recognise that you got here today not only through your own efforts, but those of you, because you are supported by the people joining you today in your celebration, your friends and families and supporters, and I know you've already thanked those. So to finish, I want to congratulate you all on your achievements and wish you every success and happiness and pleasure. And please do stay in touch with us, because we do love hearing about what you're all doing in the future and thank you.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Master of Science in Clinical Science, Clinical Pharmaceutical Science, Eleanor Catherine Banyard. Matthew Robert Berwick. Farhan Baham. Katie Elizabeth Bierken. Ronan Tagala. And in Community Pharmacy, Public Health Services, Mr. Robert Mitchell. Industrial Pharmacy, Henry Kermy Dimesh. Bram Haker. Emily Catherine Parks. And in Pharmaceutical Microbiology, Rachel Rhodes. And in Pharmaceutical Technology and Quality Assurance, Claire Victoria Abbott. Dean Anthony Bradley. Kelvin Chung. Kyle John Wynn. Mr. Richard Cole. And in MSc in Investigative Ophthalmology and Vision Science, Nicola Louise Barnett. And for the postgraduate diploma in Clinical Pharmacy, Nasiba Ben Ali. Rebecca Jade Clark. Marian Sean Ellis. Anna Kate Navis. Juliet Nakub. Emma Victoria Olembe. James Richard Smith. Joanne Wong. And in pharmaceutical microbiology, Maxine Helen Crawshaw. And in pharmaceutical technology and quality assurance, Helen Elizabeth Calaby. Annette Kelly. Matthew Phillips. Rebecca Claire Ventress. And for the postgraduate certificate in pharmaceutical industrial advanced training, Leanne Carter. And for the degree of Master of Pharmacy in Pharmacy with Honours, Saad Ahmed Abdul Karim. Nathaniel Kofi Addo. Laraib Aftab. Zara Ahmed. Aisha Ahmed. Mohammed Tambe Ahmed. Rabia Ahmed. Ribble Ahmed. Mohammed Amin. Louise Anderson. Simon Kwame Anim Samua. Noor Unjum. Emifa Answer. Hamza Hasib Ansari. Melab Aslam. Hafsa Atiq ur Rahman. Shan Ling All. Sandy Magdi Nabil Aziz. Amrita Kaur Besara. Mariam Yusuf Baruchi. Hadika Bibi. Annika Brown. John Brown. Dominic Kai Buck. Charlotte Buckley. Imran Bukhari. Jai Kong Kao. Samira Shaybal. Ho Xiong Shan. Yu Zhuang Chen. Ho Sweat Chin. Wen Yan Choi. Kai Chien Chong. Yan Yi Choi. Ken Hong Kwa. Emily Cope. Sophie Helen Cotter. Adam Crompton. Juwaria Tabasum Dar. Hiba Dar. Rajinder Danjal. Smitha Dimon. Rhiannon Dixon. Layla Majda Janati. Hassan Majid Ahmed Dugla. Taqwa El Tabal. Peter Fisher. Samuel Foley. Cameron Ford. David James France. Eleanor Antonio Gillespie. Amina Girgara. Irving Yek Hong Go. Georgina Ann Groves. Jack Higgins. Mohammed Abdul Haq. Kieran Jamil. Anna Victoria Jones. Cara Medi Jones. Alia Khalid. Avais Khalid. Shamreen Khan. Zunaira Khan. Bushra Khatun. Shashwat Khatri. Earn June Koi. Sonam Koticha. Ramesa Kosa. Andrew Lei Tian Fat. Shanali Sita Lakhani. Ka Hei Lau. Ruby Marquis Lawson. Yi Mei Lee. Kevin Yi Shung Lo. Man Long Ronnie Lo. Oliver Lowe. Christine Hani Lotfala. Nina Sophie Lussman. Hoi Ching Ma. Amara Malik. Rehana Mansoor. Jack Marston. Nicholas McCabe. Niamh McLaughlin. Sharif Mikhail. Melissa Jane Metcalf. Anisa Mohammed. Raisa Kareem Mohammed. Eleanor Rose Morrison. Umar Bilal Mullen. Jean-Anne Mulligan. Gift Munya Ridzi. Mohammed Murados. Zara Noor Nasir. Leah Nugent. Lewis Ogle. Lungwa Ong. Julia Victoria Outbridge. Jingsu Ouyang. Calvin Pang. Divya Patel. Melissa Yi Wernpok. Shamili Prahaladan. Mohammed Hanan Kumar. Fatima Tahira Rafiq. Sophie Claire Rhodes. Kunal Rishi. Marcus William James Rao. Lareb Saeed. Amani Saeed. Mohammed Sarwar. Hala Khalifa Suwalam. Mamona Shahid. Khadija Sheikh. Jingi Sim. Emily Jane Sims. Nana Bonzi Simpson. Arjun Singh. Harmeet Kaur Singh. Indadip Singh. Sunil Singh. Matthew Francis Spreadbury. Alex Lauren Stokes. And also being awarded the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award, Joanna Kate Swan. Lawrence George Ju Yong Tan. Matthew Tattersall. Estefania Yvonne Tay. Tang Huot T. Wanji Sang. Afreen Liaquat Umar. Priyanka Viramgama. Alice Mary Walton. Hei Lok Wong. Ho Wong. Kailing Wong. Kamun Wong. Sarah Wright. Xing Han Yo. Marissa Young. Pei Fan Zhao. Ziki Zhao. Zahaib Zulfikar. Laura Zarowska. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Pharmaceutical Sciences with honours, Soda Adia. Oi Ching Si. Daniel Strong. And Kieran Patrick Wilson.
Could the graduates of the Master of Pharmacy please stand? I will read out the affirmation, and at the end of the affirmation, I will ask you to so affirm. I affirm that I will make the care of my patients my first concern. Treat every patient politely and considerately. Respect patients' dignity and privacy. Listen to patients and respect their views. Give patients information in a way that they can understand. Respect the rights of patients to be fully involved in decisions about their care. To keep my professional knowledge and skills up to date. To recognise the limits of my professional competence. To be honest and trustworthy. To respect and protect confidential information. To make sure my personal beliefs do not prejudice my own patients' care. To act quickly to protect my patients from risk if I have good reason to believe that I or a colleague may not be fit to practice. To avoid abuse of my position as a pharmacist. To work with colleagues in ways that best serve patients' interests. In all these matters, I will never discriminate unfairly against my patients or colleagues. I will always be prepared to justify my actions to them. Please repeat, I so affirm.
So, please be seated. All that remains now is for me to offer you my congratulations and those of the university, and to send you our best wishes for your much future success throughout your lives and throughout your careers. And now I can declare this ceremony is closed.